Hi everybody, Brian here on Saturday, continuing along with cryptocurrency and the power of Motowave. Just want to show you some more charts here, looking for some more opportunity. Of course, we will not be working on Forex on a Saturday. Today is December 14th at 12:21 Eastern Standard Time. So let's go into Motowave, see what we got. So first off, let's talk about what we've left on late last night. Here's XRP, BTC. You can see we had a nice run up right here, and I'm hoping that our signal got us out in and around here, which it should, as it hit that magical 70 right at the peak. So that should hopefully work. We're looking now at Tron BTC. I do not understand this chart. We have this is part of the manipulated crypto that it is. A slight move up, but no down bars. Interesting. That's all I can tell you there. So we'll leave that one alone. Dash has been pretty good. Here we took probably a loss right here on that entry false breakdown. This one did all right. Again, we hit that 70 and should have exit. Again, I have to verify that, but the theory of what I've been working on works really well. Here we missed on this entry, but that would be pretty typical if you have this steep down bar and then you have this sudden rise. Yeah, I could see why the Ichimoku may not catch that. Here I could sense why, but what can you do? Bitcoin Cash, that's been doing okay. It's trending up in its own way. Neo BTC, again, trending up. Got some nice bars here. Entry there. Looks like we hopefully will get out at the 70 mark. And then the exit, we still got to work on to improve that. But when it hits that 70 and goes beyond, of course, you want to reap that extra profit. Who wouldn't? And then, of course, we have Ethereum Classic. You can see these big bars that we're capturing here. Life sometimes sucks when you get all these kind of winners. All right, so let's see what's going on. Let's see if we can add on a few more. What do we got here? So did we choose waves from last night? I don't think we had waves covered. Waves just seems to be going on an upswing here, so I have no problem with waves. Do we have Tron? Yes, we had Tron up, so we caught those. So that's up 5.626. Neo BTC is up 3.67. I think we mentioned that as well. Yeah, we got Neo as well. Bitcoin Cash is still up at 1.39. Yeah, we got that. And then also it's still up as EOS is starting to perform a little bit. Litecoin, as predicted, went up as well. I don't think we added Litecoin. I don't know why I didn't. I thought I put Litecoin on. Well, let's add Litecoin in waves. Let's see if I do BTC. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see which one the mover is. Is that Litecoin BTC? It is. Cool. So we'll add that. I'm sure some of these will come off at some point. I know waves I'm going to add as well. It's amazing when you get these small winners. So we got waves, BTC, add that puppy as well. Apply our template. Okay, so we have waves, Litecoin. What else are we going to add here? Tron Dash, Ethereum Classic. We've got XRP. I think we got to get rid of that one. XRP never does. Actually, did I? Yeah, yeah. See, it's gonna trend up. That's for sure. That's what the Ichimoku's telling me. Cardano, just not convincing enough. Okay, so I'll go over what we're going to leave on. I'll do some scanning. I think it'll be the same culprits that we've always seen. But we've got quite a few charts here, and we're taking advantage of things. I should go over to CoinMarketCap and see the overall space, what they're saying. Let me just go over to okay, so let's go through CoinMarketCap. These are 24-hour moves, as you know. We just launched liquidity to combat the volume inflation problem. More info here. I'll do the more info here. Okay, so Bitcoin's down, Ethereum's down, XRP's down, Tether's up slightly, Bitcoin Cash is down, Litecoin's down, EOS is down, Binance Coin's down, BSV, Tezos, Stellar, they're all down, Cardano. It's just not a good day, but when you, but here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at coins like Chainlink that does really, really well. If I showed you that on TradingView, I have ways to track that through the Python. I might reactivate my old or Atom link. There's some ones that I'm missing out on because I don't have access to them via Binance. But if I showed you, yeah, we'll go to TradingView. No, let's go to TradingView, and then I'll show you Link BTC. Okay, so Chainlink is really good. That's been probably the winner all year. That's the best performing. Tezos might be another one as well. This is the annual chart here. Year to date, I guess, might be a better one. It's a fairly new. So let's do 1 year. People don't know about this coin. So what's going on with? Wow. Okay, let me just see what we got here. Link BTC, and we want it on Binance. I got some windows overlapping. Can we do this one? Binance? I don't know what's going on with TradingView. There we go. So you can see it's been a steady climb up since beginning of the year. From here at 5,000 all the way up to, looks like, gone up 8 times. So that's been a good winner, a really solid winner. Another one is Tezos XTZ. Let's see, do we have Binance on that? XTC against Bitcoin. I only want to show you the ones from Binance. XTC is an interesting one. It's very volatile, but if you look at the overall trend of it, it's been just pretty good. So that's since October. So from 800 to 23.99, you can see that's gone up already 3 times since the beginning of November. Who's to say you miss out on that one, eh? Another one that I like is Atom. Can't say Atom's another one. Huobi coin is looking pretty good too, but obviously you don't get access to that on the Binance. See here, it's since September from 1906 to 2008, so it's gone up by looking at it about 3 times since the beginning of September. So there's some nice run-ups out there. I'll be tracking them, and the only way to reap the benefits of those are via Python and CCXT. all the more reason to get into building the bots. So again, if you want to know about how I do it, let's go to quantlabs.net, look for the store. I'm going to get an easier domain name for the store instead of this myshopify.com business. And there, if you go scrolling to the bottom, you'll see here, this course will show you how to do it. All the latest changes I add, 297 is added to the elite one, but the elite includes this course. So, for instance, if you're wanting to bridge into the world of MotiveWave, you'll find all the MotiveWave and the bridging with Python and MotiveWave together in this membership here, the elite, and then everything that's sold on a yearly basis. So I'll be adding new stuff to that as well, probably in the next, who knows, couple of weeks, months. But I'm looking at, I've talked about in the summer to do machine learning, and I've always looked at Python as the answer to that. The problem with machine learning and Python, and I'm just taking my lessons from working in Python, building bots entirely without the use of tools like amazing platforms like MotiveWave. I struggle with just using Python on its own, and to expedite and cut a lot of the unnecessary corners out to, as I said, expedite and get the quickest path to trading is to use tools like MotiveWave. So it will open your eyes 1,000 times. So my concept with machine learning is the same, with not using Python on its own, but using something like MATLAB, which I'm slowly looking at and getting back into because I've been out of MATLAB for about 3 years. So when you take the learning of what you take out of Python and take what MATLAB offers with all the tools available out of box, ready to go, and just using a GUI, a graphical user interface, to bang out your models and your analysis, it's faster, so you're going to be quicker to market, as opposed to killing yourself with Python and just spinning your wheels. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with it, but we're not getting younger by the day, we're getting older by the day, and you feel like you're just doing that, spinning your wheels. So that's why I'm looking at MotiveWave. I'm looking at MATLAB and taking the same lessons learned from trying to build 100% with Python, but yet use something like MotiveWave, the trading platform, and leverage that and use the capabilities of Python to get what MotiveWave might not deliver, and use Python and Redis to be able to complete the solution that I'm after. So I'm hoping to have the same goal with MATLAB, and I think I can probably not just do that, but look at There's so many things you could do in MATLAB, and for those, in terms of these steps between, let's say, Python to MotiveWave, or TradingView to MotiveWave, or anything to MotiveWave, from whatever trading platform to MotiveWave, when you look at MotiveWave and its capabilities, it's like a beast. It's like 10 times the step from whatever you're coming to MotiveWave, because of the power you get with MotiveWave, the Ultimate Edition. But if you take the same concept with Python or whatever language you're coming from and moving to the world of MATLAB, it's a similar step, moving from whatever to MotiveWave, but for MATLAB, it's 10 times the step you would get with MotiveWave. It's just so vast. There's so much power you can get with MATLAB, and I think instead of coding from nothing, like with Python, and then coding with something because you have a graphical user interface and a tool to work with to spit out the results you want, it's a better path to go, and use the Python as the glue between whatever MATLAB, whatever MotiveWave can't do, and use the Python to get you to the solution that you want. So these courses that I've got, especially the Python course I mentioned earlier, is going to be very helpful for people, because that lays down an entire foundation of all the elements you'd want in a trading platform. All these other tools I'm giving you, like MotiveWave and soon MATLAB, are just the quicker path to market, but yet they still have their limitations. And that's where something like Python can help glue those gaps. And this course, the Python, will be very beneficial for that. So that's going into 2020 with machine learning and also with the quant analytics as well. I'm very excited about as well because part of my 10 plus years at this and having, I won't say thousands of people, but quite easily to say hundreds of people. The problem what they go through is, they have the idea that they want to do coding, get a trading solution for themselves, no matter what level they're at. And out of literally the thousands of people that I've come across, there's probably one or two people that I've seen that are just leaving me speechless, not only in terms of their work ethic, not only in terms of their genius, not only in terms of their technical capabilities and their trading experience and their math. Like when you put all that together, that's a very, very, very difficult kind of person to have in one's life. But I've come across them. And the one person I can always think of, and I don't know if he's ever listening to what I put out, is London Quant. Just go onto my YouTube channel and type in the search channel of London Quant. You'll see what I mean. This guy's an unbelievable specimen out there. He's what I call like a programming machine. I have so many stories about this guy as well. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. And yeah, so let's go back. Sorry about the spiel there, but with what I do, there's so many stories and exciting things I can give you from over the years. Anyways, let's go over the crypto. As I showed you on Coin Compare, yes, there's lots of blood here on crypto. Sorry, coin market cap. But yeah, here we are. We've got some really solid winners. And as I said, my video here, yeah, life sucks, doesn't it? So what we've got is looks like we've got eight pairs that we're watching right now. So we have Ethereum Classic. You see where it's going. It's up, or you can see instances of going up. Really good. I'm not complaining. Neo Bitcoin, it's on a downward trend, but since I made my video, it was midnight last night, you could see that, again, these are opportunities that you wake up to. So that's money being made for you while you sleep. And that's 12 hours ago. And that's the whole benefit of algorithmic trading. And you can see I got that with Neo BTC. Same with Bitcoin Cash. Not so much, but it's the concepts are there. Since midnight, let's see where we're at. In around here. So there's some moves up as well. Clearly the big winner was definitely Neo. Dash not so much, but even if I put Dash on yesterday afternoon, and you can see already at around, let's say 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I made a move swing up here. Looks like it missed this swing for whatever reason. I'm not going to cry about it, but it's still money, hopefully in the bank with a simple concept I've come up with. And same here, when at 11:30 at night, or sorry, be around here. Got a nice little upswing here. XRP is questionable. Now we've added in Litecoin. I should have put this on. I did talk about it last night. But there's some nice moves here and here. And what was the other one? Waves as well. Waves has been doing pretty good too. Not so much, but little ones here. But these are to your benefit because it's money that you wouldn't have made otherwise, and you can't do this with Forex or any other asset class because they're closed. So there's opportunity here. There's for sure just finding these little breakouts, but these Ichimoku entries have done pretty good, and I'm very happy with the RSI as well. So, who's going to complain of that? So we shall see. But that's again in a really, really tough market. with crypto compare. So let's see what this little volume thing uh, says. So just launched liquidity metric to combat volume inflation. This year's report on our inaugural conference. With increasing volume inflation, the volume started to lose its purpose as a reliable way to gauge real trading interest. I've always put together liquidity and volume together, but it looks like I'm wrong here, which is good. Handpicking only trusted exchanges or using like web traffic were non-comprehensive and did not address the root cause of the issue. New metric, most to investors and traders, liquidity. I've talked about liquidity. A good place to think of is what I thought would be really good would be Binance for the US market, Binance US. After noticing a week or 2 weeks ago that the liquidity, if you call it that, in Binance US was nothing. It was not even $100,000 a day for certain coins. So it was that exchange was not yet at the point where it would take off. So the only one it was maybe remotely good for is Bitcoin USD, and that was it. And that exchange was not very good when you compare it to other US based exchanges. They didn't have a good volume either, or we'll call it liquidity. So to find the most liquid market for more than 3,000 crypto assets, Coinmetric by Coinmetric is designed to eventually replace the volume. Liquidity refers to the ease of being able to trade in and out of an asset. That's what we call a fast fill. Or in this case, cryptocurrencies. Liquidity metric by CoinMarketCap takes into account a wider range of key variables from order book, such as the distance of the order from the mid price, the order to the relative liquidity of the asset in question. Metric has been designed to measure liquidity in an adaptive manner. And for those, just so people know, for those on YouTube, and here I am reading off a blog, yes, there are other people that are on there's an alert come in here. So we've got Dash BTC crosses the 10 can. That's an entry. So as I said, for those on the YouTube or video, there are those that are on a podcast because the podcast is getting a little bit of attention. We'll leave it at that. So it's good for them. So continuing on. So this new metric has been designed to measure liquidity in an adaptive market calculation made by pulling the market pair at random intervals over 24 hours and averaging the result. This takes into consideration differences in global time zones. In fact, the order book depth changes constantly due to immediate market conditions. We refrain from blah, 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 blah. Liquidity will be rolled out in 3 phases. First, it will be applied to influence by ranking of market pairs, followed by exchanges, and finally the crypto asset. Recent upcoming initiatives, interest, partnership with Yahoo through now provides its trusted pricing indices to power the cryptocurrency on Yahoo Finance by the end of the month. I want to also mention here about Yahoo Finance. If you have not heard or watched my video on Bloomberg, Bloomberg are a bunch of idiots now. I was a paying customer, and I will literally say they have no support. I've just opened recent disputes with PayPal over Bloomberg, where you open tickets and they don't get responded to. This week, they had an ad show up in my Facebook, and I was whining about the ticket and the situation and how horrible they were. And this is 9 days after I opened and created a ticket. Within, I would say, an hour to 2 hours, I did get a response to the ticket, and I knew, and it was a very generic answer asking for my credit card, even though I don't have a credit card with them because it's on PayPal. They should have known that if they pulled their finger or their heads out of their asses to figure out that this was a situation. So I knew that ticket. There's been no response on that ticket, and I think that was on Tuesday. Today's Saturday, so they're useless. So I put out an email about Bloomberg, and I was shocked at how many people despise Bloomberg. And a lot of things about Bloomberg. When you're paying, you're getting shoddy web delivery on the channel. You get ads that you're still, even though you're paying probably to me $50 Canadian a month, which is kind of insulting. And then the worst part about Bloomberg, when you watch that TV channel, which I used to love, is the identity politics. Oh, woe we, oh, woe the women, and oh, woe the women. I'm not going to get into, but you feel like you're being bludgeoned to death on a financial news channel that you're paying for. And this is the things that really got to me. And then you got the recent Michael Bloomberg running for president and all the shocking stuff about what he wants as a president. It's kind of, so I'm glad, just in a nutshell, I'm glad to be off of Bloomberg. But what I've done was I put out a poll to find out what people use. So number one easily came out in terms of the quality, in terms of content, which is just as good from what I've seen, is Wall Street Journal. My comments about Reuters, it's very, very high level. It's not as in depth as something like Bloomberg. I think the content on Bloomberg, minus the political identity politics BS, Bloomberg is still one of the best out there. And Wall Street Journal is probably as good. I just hope not to see the political correctness and identity politics crap that you get in today's media, and especially when you're paying for it. And that's one thing. But coming back to Yahoo, sorry about the rant, with Yahoo Finance, I think it was the first or second day of me watching it for free on YouTube, and just Google Yahoo Live, Yahoo Finance Live on Google between 9 and 5 on New York time or East Coast. You get that whole 8 hours for free on Bloomberg or on Yahoo. So that was very good, and it's yeah, I do like it. It's comparable, somewhat comparable to the Bloomberg TV. You don't pay for it, so that's one thing, and I like Yahoo Finance for that. In terms of the content, as I said, Wall Street Journal looks good as well. So it looks cheap on the trial, so I might try them out. It's very competitive out there for news delivery. Also, I discovered as well, even though I can hate on about Bloomberg, I think it's safer to say Bloomberg uh, North America, be it Bloomberg Canada, Bloomberg US, New York. It's not the best service, but if you switch it over to Bloomberg Europe, if it's UK, Bloomberg Asia, I think it's very good. So you can still get that for free on YouTube, and just go to Bloomberg Live after 5, because you will get the Bloomberg Technology or Bloomberg West, or what they call it. But that's the horrible show, because with that one, the Hawaiian one that's on mat leave, I guess right now, it just goes on about the identity politics. So you stay off that show between 5 and 6 East Coast time, and wait for the Australian move into the Asian one. I have not heard any of this identity politics, thank the Lord, in the European or British as well as the Asian one. So Bloomberg overnight to me is probably still a pretty good watch. And again, as I said, that's free on YouTube, so you could do that as be able to still do that. Also, that's what I'm looking at in terms of media consumption for the financial markets. Barron's came up, Reuters. It's okay. I don't think it's worthwhile. The other one I looked at was CNBC. I think CNBC is a joke. Has always been. I mean, that was the first one I got into 10, maybe 12, 13 years ago. But the one thing I hate about CNBC is when you get these grown men, these grown adults that are so-called men, yelling at each other about which stock is better. It's like watching a bunch of frat boys go at it, and you're paying for that, and that's not my style. That's why I don't like CNBC. Also, what else is there? Morningstar is very good for stock analysis. That's quite good, especially on the mutual fund end. So I'm still going to be looking at Wall Street Journal as an option. I'm hoping that they don't get into the identity politics, but I just wanted to talk about that. Sorry about that side rant. That was quite a bit. So let's continue along. So here we are. CoinMarketCap is with Yahoo. This is also a podcast, by the way. Educational site coming in early 2010. Compromised guides and tutorials curated with thought leaders from the cryptocurrency space. What else we got? New partners, CoinMarket, liquidity, crypto briefing, token site, into the block. Nah. What else we got? New filtering, tagging options. I think this is just our way of staying ahead of the other space of like Coin Compare, which is free. There's so many sources out there for um, crypto outside of Crypto Compare. I think they're just trying to justify their ability. But this liquidity is worthwhile. But I'll just give you a general rule when it comes to crypto. Let me just go back here. Okay, here we go. So generally, a lot of people ask me, what are the best crypto pairs to watch? Usually, it's safe for me to sit here and say easily the top 10, because you'll get these no-name ones like Tezos that comes out of nowhere. EOS is another one, or Binance Coin that do well, and it's mainly because they're on Binance, and you watch those. So to really learn what to trade, the top 10 are usually pretty safe. Then you start to get between the 10th to the 20th, um, and they're can be questionable. Stellar, I'm starting to question because it just doesn't have the liquidity like it used to. Cardano's another one of those. Tron, I question. Monero, I used to like to trade, but it's very volatile. I love privacy coins because I just don't like the government in our pockets and how they're trying to regulate these crypto coins. This one I've seen all the time. Unfortunately, Binance does not have it. Cosmos I've seen. Chainlink does really good. Huobi Coin, Neo, IOTA I occasionally see. Maker I occasionally see. Dash can do really good. Of course, we're showcasing Ethereum Classic, which can be a winner. Ethereum Classic's been doing really good this week. What else? There's some other ones in here. Waves has done well. Zcash I've not seen anything of. This BAT, Basic Attention Coin, was. But so there's a lot that come and go, but usually be safe. Top 10 is your best way to do that. And I also say that with the course. So let me talk about while I'm here and blabbing, which I kind of like to do if there's still an audience out there. Um, and this is a podcast I'm turning it into. Okay, so here we have on the store on the Shopify for now is this course called the Python Algo Trading Infrastructure with Cryptocurrency. This course right now to me is the foundation to get you started to understand what goes into a trading bot. I've looked at a lot of trading bots written in JavaScript, which is not really a programming language. I could rant on about that. I've got a couple of videos on YouTube where I joke and pretty well insult people that work with JavaScript and they get offended by it. Well, like I care. But with Python, there's a lot of benefits with this. It covers the database, the charting, the CCXT for the wrappers. A lot of cool stuff out there in Python. And on top of that, with this, you can add on the machine learning. But as I said earlier, I think MATLAB's the better answer. And the one thing I like about MATLAB is I can't sit here and say this for sure, but when I last heard, MATLAB was able to import and talk to natively the large Python environment right within MATLAB. No different than you can do the same thing with Java or .NET. I don't know where else it's at, but that's how good MATLAB is. So being able to do that and then utilize and leverage what MATLAB gives in terms of power of their machine learning, it's powerful. And I do and can tell you that you will get all the mainstream standard stuff you will find in MATLAB in terms of machine learning model types, as I call. So this course here, Python 3, is really, really the first place to start. We've had a motive wave approach to get the quant elite listed on their marketplace for motive wave. But in order to get the motive wave working with the cryptocurrency trading, you still have to use this course, because in the video I do make a ton of references back to this course for that bridge to be able to uh, trade with motive wave using Python, because you're going to be using things like CCXT for sure. You will be using Redis for sure. Um, and those technical capabilities are there, but you got to know this to kind of pull it off. So that's an important course. So we'll leave it at that. Anyways, I'm going to shut up now. I probably blabbed on for probably well over half an hour, and I don't even know if there's an audience there, but thanks for watching. And I'll be doing more videos well before Christmas and New Year's. But I got some goals now. I'm looking at with MATLAB to bring in the world of quant and bring in the world of machine learning, because Python is fantastic in a lot of ways. And I think the development of Python, as I said, from a coding perspective, I'm pushing an old man. I'm born in the late '60s, and a lot of people know how old I am, but I just don't have the patience to code like I used to. I have a life outside of this. I'm not a 20-year-old or even a 15-year-old that programs day and night. So I like to use tools to get me quicker to market, quicker to the path of MATLAB, and for sure, MotiveWave give me that instead of trying to do everything in Python, even though you can do everything in Python. But I'd rather use other tools to use leverage the power of those tools to get me to where I want to go. And again, hopefully you've seen what I've built with MotiveWave, and I'm planning to do the same thing with MATLAB. And a big reason is because everything talks together with both Python and Java. And, I mean, MATLAB also works natively with Java quite well. And as you know, so does MotiveWave. So there's that. Anyways, I'm going to shut up now, and we shall talk to you soon. Have a good day, and thanks for listening, watching, or whatever. Okay, how do I get there? See ya.